Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
I often wonder what the people I went to high school would think of me now. If there'd been an award for my senior year for the least likely to have a podcast or ever speak in public, I would have gotten it. Not that we had the slightest idea of what a podcast was back then, or the internet, but that's not the point. It's just that I've changed so much that I doubt even my roommate from college would recognize me. And it's not just because of my short hairstyle and lack of a turtle shell to crawl into. My whole personality is different, more bubbly and confident, or Godfident, as I'd like to say. God has done a wonderful work in me, and that's the only explanation. That's what had happened to the man born blind in John 9. After Jesus put mud on his eyes and he washed in the pool of Siloam as Jesus instructed, the Bible says he came back seeing. His neighbors and others who had walked by him every day on the way to the temple took one look at him and then did a double take. Then they started whispering among themselves, "Isn't this the guy who sat near the temple and begged? No, it couldn't be. He was born blind. I've known his family for decades." "Well, it sure looks like him." "No, it's just somebody like him." Then the healed man broke in, "It's me. Yes, the same guy you remember, only I can see." "How? What happened?" Well, this man had a wonderful testimony and no shyness whatsoever about telling what had happened. That's how we should be as believers once the Lord gets a hold of us. One sweet, godly woman I know tried to describe the type of person she was a few years ago without Christ. I just couldn't imagine that this beautiful spirited woman who radiated joy had once, not long ago, been hopeless and addicted to drugs. What a change the Lord made in her life. Of course, not all of us are saved out of a life of drugs and alcohol, but we can be saved out of fear, anger, selfishness, and all sorts of other things that make a huge change in our whole countenance. Maybe not all at once, but over time. After confirming his identity, the formerly blind man told his neighbors the simple details of his healing. The next thing he knew, his neighbors wanted to find Jesus too. When we share how and why we're different from our former selves or different from the world, in other words, share our testimony of how Jesus changed us, people will want to know Jesus, who has made such a difference in us. In my high school yearbook, many people wrote something like, "To a sweet girl, I hope you never change." Well, I have, and I'm glad of it. How has God changed you? How can you share these changes so others will want to know the Lord?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.